Let us begin with Dodgers Yankees. Dodgers taking the first two of the series before the Yankees. It was close. They were sweating out, but some heroics from Trent Grisham. Aaron Judge's 24th home run on Sunday salvages a Sunday game. And I will say, as far as series goes, where you immediately lose one of the best players in it right before it, it was pretty exciting. I would say this delivered on the hype for a lot of reasons. Of course, I saw the Dodgers look like absolute crap in Pittsburgh last week, but they sure showed some real life on Friday. Let's start with that Friday game and what you saw.
Oh, well, I think we need to give this series a little bit of context.
Mhm.
Yes, two biggest teams. They're the two biggest draws in the sport. They're the clubs people care the most about. But what I didn't fully appreciate until I sat down and watched the game on Friday is how rare it is, or it has been, for these two teams to play. The Dodgers, who obviously were born in Brooklyn, ever, have only traveled to the Bronx for a regular season game 3 times before this, right? This was the 4th instance ever, literally ever, of the Dodgers playing an interleague game in the Bronx. And so you have so many LA people in New York that care about the Dodgers, yeah. And then you have all the dudes who cared because they're Brooklynites, which is like the best.
Yeah.
But there's like a rarity to this. There's a novelty to this. And so I think that I didn't fully appreciate. It won't be a novelty moving forward with the new schedule. They'll have it every other year now. But the energy in the park on Friday, it felt like a World Series game. Like the amount of media in the room, a player on the Yankees pulled out his phone and took a picture of the locker room because there were so many media members in it.
While the Dodgers are kind of, particularly this year with Ohtani, a traveling circus in their own right, I have seen it over the last couple of weeks in much smaller contexts in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, where you have that energy. Sure, it's amplified media and it's a little bit more crowded press box. And the fans, right, just the traveling fans, the number of Dodger fans that exist in every city, I have to imagine it was times a billion in New York. And on Friday, I mean, we got a game that felt that lived up to those stakes.
But it's not just times a billion in New York, because the Dodgers were at Citi Field to play the Mets like 2 weeks ago, and it did not have the zip at all. It really didn't. Sorry, Steve Cohen. It just didn't feel the same. Taking the 4 trade versus taking the 7 trade, there's a difference to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For Mets fans.
And we've seen the Dodgers, at Citi Field every year, right? So
every year.
That doesn't feel as special.
But the atmosphere was sick. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was bummed I couldn't go to all 3 of these.